All right, we're on day 5. We're over halfway there. Please try your hardest to understand it, not just copy it, please. So for this problem, what you need to do is separate the two pieces. First off, the first piece could be this piece right here, and the second piece is that piece. And now you just set it up as two separate entities. So you're comparing the 3. Now what you're looking for is this y and this w. So you're trying to find the two side lengths of the blue. So you got to find the corresponding sides of the red. So the red one has a corresponding sides of 3 and 5, where the blue one, the larger side, has a 9 and a y. So you set it up 3 over 5, 9 over y, and then you solve it. And notice your scale factor is just times 3. It's getting 3 times the size, so that times 3 gets you 15. Now to find the w, you do the same exact thing. You have this, except for now you're looking for this w, and on that one, that means you need the corresponding 9. So that means it's just times 3. So 9 times 3 gets you 27. Number 2, careful with the probability problems. Now probability, you do a total, get that total, and there's 18 markers. It just says a probability of a green marker both times. So a green and then replacing it, which is the important part, and getting another green. So the first set, I have 3, because there's 3, out of 18 green available in the bucket. So that's 3 out of 18. I replace it, so that means there's still 3 green ones, and the total is still 18. Now before you multiply across, simplify. 3/18 is the same as 1/6, and then multiply straight across for your final answer. Okay, so the electrician problem. What I did is I set it up, first hour is $75, and then the remaining 2.5 hours I'm going to multiply times 60. Now a lot of y'all just broke it down and it makes sense. You have 70 for the first hour, 75 for the first hour, 60 for the second hour, 60 for the third hour, and this other half hour is only $30, and you get your total of 225. So yes, it is 225. Number 4, you're setting up a proportion. Now it says 90 people are surveyed, and of those, 16 speak more than one language, so 16 out of 90. Based on these results, how many of the new total of the school can speak more than one language? So this is how many speak more than one, and this is your total amount of students. So you could cross multiply and solve. I just did scale factor. So times 20, and you get 320 students. Number 5. Okay, what I did is I found my unit rate. When you find unit rate, you're just dividing these two. So you divide those two, and you get 175 divided by 2.5. Now remember, you got to get rid of this decimal that can't be out here. So that's going to be 25, but this 150, got to move that decimal over and bring it straight up. That comes 1,750. So when you divide these two, it's 70 calories per serving. Now that's the unit rate, how much one serving is. So now we go through and we say, hey, letter A, 4 servings. So 4 times the 70 will get you 280, and that is correct. 70 times the 13 servings will get you 910, and that is correct. But if I multiply by 70 times 8, because this is per serving, you get 560. So you know that one is incorrect, meaning not an equivalent number. Number 6, this is the number P for pages. So you take this 14 and you plug it in right there. So you just rewrite it. T equals 35 plus 7, and of course this means multiplication, so you put that 14 there. Now order of operations, you must multiply first. So you get 98 when you multiply, and then add the 35 other stamps, and you get a total of 133. All right, so again, this is a proportion. You're determining the percentage. Determine the percentage. So this is a total. The total amount that he actually took pictures of is 270 and 180. That gets you 450 total. So out of 450, they want the percentage of the total number of pictures he took in yearbook. Well, yearbook is the 270. So 270 out of the total pictures he took. Now what I did is I just simplified it and got this fraction. And this fraction I have memorized as that percent. But otherwise, you take that 270 out of 450, and that's going to equal your percent over 100. And you cross multiply and solve, and you will get a 60 right there. Number 8. Number 8, be very careful. There's a lot of different things you need to pay attention to. This will help you on several problems. This piece right here, the number that is multiplied by your x, that means multiplication. That means multiplication. What you notice right away is that line goes down. And because it goes down, that number must be negative. So this one's good, this one's good, that's positive, and that number's positive. So those are bad. So C and D are out. Now, what this means, these two numbers over here, those that are remaining, that plus 8,000 and plus 250, is your y-intercept. Your y-intercept tells you where it crosses this line. And you notice that 8, and if you read the problem, it says thousands of dollars. So that is 8,000. So your y-intercept is 8,000. All right, so 4. You got to start with converting all to the same thing and finding out what they are. So if you leave this 8%, that's fine. This one's 16%. This one, we don't know. But I do know 1 divided by 12. Now don't do 12 divided by 1. That would be 12. And these are decimals. So you automatically put that decimal and start dividing. 12 does not go into 10, so there's another 0. But it does go into 100 8 times. And then I get 96 with remainder 4, and then it goes in there 3 times. So I know this one is 8.3%. Now the 20, the 1/20ths, 1 divided by 20. Add that decimal straight away. That's a 0. 20 does not go into 10. Add another 10 or 0, and it goes in there 5 times with a remainder of 0. So this one is 5%. So now you put them in order. First off, I asked you to do it least to greatest, so least will be the 5%, which is 1/20th. The next will be the 8%, so that's 8%. Then the 8.3%, which is 1/12th, and finally 16 is larger than all of them, 16%, because I asked you to do least to greatest. All right, another probability problem. Now probability, you've got to get these down. There are 9 out of 54 questions of these on STAAR last year. First, get the total. So 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 4, right here, adds up to 10. Now it asks you, what's the probability of the fruit that he gets a banana first and then a pear? So banana. There's 1 banana, so 1 out of 10, because there's 10 of them. Now cross that banana off your list, and there's 0 bananas left and only 9 amount of fruit total. Then the pears, don't put 1 pear. There are 4 pears available. So you put 4 out of 9. You multiply straight across, 1 times 4 and 10 times 9. And then you simplify to get your final answer.